When did you start here with your business?
1989, I came in. I had just graduated from Wayne State. I did my MFA in sculpture over there. And I moved into a studio in an old school on the east side, which wasn't really good for what I was doing. I was doing a lot of welding and stuff, but it was a nice transition. And Alan told me about this space. I came in and went to work. And I've been a full-time artist, since then.
What has been your inspiration to stay here, or even move down to Detroit?
Detroit, just Detroit. Yeah, a lot of the work that I do is my family, is from here. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, they worked in the auto industry, and a lot of the work that I do is scraps from factories and buildings that they probably worked in. I'm sort of resurrecting those materials and turning them into art. It's just, and I really, when I was at CCS, when I was in undergrad, the Kick Out the Jams show was at the DIA, which was the Cass Corridor artists, and that was very influential. And just being into Detroit, I really embraced the raw attitude of the artist and the energy down here. And I'm still here. I still like it. I think it's a great place to make art.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, is it everything you imagined? Is there anything you wish you could add to it, or is coming?
Well, I'm working every day, so I'm making new work all the time. I'm at a different level of success than I was 24 years ago. I'm an established artist. I'm teaching at CCS part-time. I'm teaching here. I've got a following. I've been an educator here now for over 25 years, almost 30 years. My kids are here. My son's a jazz musician playing in the city. It's home.
Okay. What would you bring as a suggestion to any companies that want to start up down here, or other artists, coming to Detroit specifically for business, or from the suburbs?
Well, I don't know about businesses. I mean, if you look at Midtown, you look at what's going on there, those people feel that they can be there and make a business in a small business sense. I think for artists, Midtown might be getting a little pricey now, but places like this are really good. The bottom line, if you're an artist, is you got to work your butt off. No one's going to make anything for you. No one's going to promote. I mean, you really have to do all the work. I mean, that's sort of one of the things we try and teach at the college too. But it's just work, labor. You got to love what you're doing, and you got to love it while you're doing it. It's just one of those things. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah. Do you imagine this entire space in the Russell Industrial really filling in more with artists and moving in that direction?
Well, Russell is kind of moving in their own direction. They've got, they're moving more into a commercial rental spaces, like they have an exposition space over here that General Motors comes in and rents, or someone else, some other corporation. So they're shooting movies here. Transformer was shot. We had helicopters and race cars flying right by the windows over here. Eminem's done 2 videos here. So there's a lot of stuff going on. This space here, I've probably, in the last 2 years, I've been interviewed by people from Bucharest, Paris, Germany, England, all over the United States to get tours. Detroit is a tourist town for photographers to come in and photograph decay. It's a little insulting, because I don't think you're going to find anything different in St. Louis or Kansas City or Chicago or New York. People more probably because of what's going on with our political situation here, with city government and whatnot. I think we're getting a lot more focus than we need. But it's an urban landscape, just like any other urban landscape. Go to the outskirts of LA or wherever, it doesn't matter. It has all the problems of an urban city environment. I love what's going on with the city. I mean, I was at the Jazz Festival last year, and I sat down at a table, my wife and I sat down at a table, and there were 2 pilots from LA that were held over here, and they just happened to be staying in the Marriott, and they went to the Jazz Festival. And one of them says, I'm a runner. Is it okay if I run out here? tomorrow? Is it safe to run? I said, man, are you kidding me? There's a beautiful boardwalk here, you know, the river walk. You can run anywhere you want. Sunday, you go out there Sunday morning, you'll see 1,000 bicyclers and runners and people moving all over the place. Yeah, I just think what's going on downtown is fantastic.
Well, thank you for staying here.
Yeah.
It happened.
This is the best studio in the city. Literally.
Very cool.
I can't burn it down. You know what I mean? I can't hurt it. You know, the Russell has been very good to us. You know, I'm really kind of been a model for the other studios. When their light industry moved out of here, they came and they looked at Allen, they looked at us. They particularly looked at the space next door because we partitioned it off and I started renting to other artists. So they went over into those buildings there and started partitioning them off and advertising for artists to come in here. So now that building 2 over there is filled with small studios for painters and printmakers, and there's a little foundry over there. There's artists everywhere.
Cool. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.